You don't want to be in anarchy. I've been in anarchy.
Okay.
Anarchy, that's anything goes. You see, and Kwame Ture, who I met twice here, you know, and I had plenty of conversation, took pictures with him. He said, hey, anarchy, you got to go for your guns. And that don't mean that, you know, those that has the gun control everything in anarchy. So, Africa has learned.
The gun just becomes a tool of survival.
Right, tool of survival. The key thing is let's prevent all of this civil war, fighting each other. Let's learn to respect, as our sister was saying, let's learn the ways of communication. We don't have to raise our voices. You know, we got to keep cool. You know, we as black people love to raise our voices. You know, we love to. You understand? And we can question, as they say, question, you know, you're saying, that's very dangerous for us to be going, you know, in this time. You know, it's okay to be upset, but we have to stay under control as much as possible, okay? Because the people that rule this world, they quietly killing us. Like they look like
Tell me about quietly?
Yeah, quietly.
Well, one of the 42 oracles of Ma'at, it says, I will not be wrathful except for a just cause. So if you have a just cause, you can't get angry and you can't get loud. If you have a just cause.
Well,
of course,
true.
yeah.
So nobody is perfect and nobody's not going to always be quiet.
Right,
Everybody's going to do this sometime.
That's true. That's true. But
But we do it so much. We do it so much in New York. It's pathetic.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's
so you got all these movements. You got the New Black Panther Party. You got the Nuwapians. You got all these different movements. So everybody wants their voice heard. You go right on 125th Street, you see it all. You got Sarnetta. You know what I'm saying? You got Natural Brother Tahuti. Dropping some real knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, Brother Sarnetta.
You know him?
Yeah.
Brother Natural Tahuti?
Yeah. Wow.
Very intelligent brother. Very intelligent with a 6th grade education. But if you hear the stuff coming out of his mouth, and he eats meat too, but he's very knowledgeable on what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to Senegal in 1984, there was a picture that one Senegalese guy painted, and it said a lot about what we're all about. It was a picture of 5 hands, okay? 5 hands on a picture. One was doing this. It was 5 hands and another, I'll tell you the last thing on the picture. Another hand was doing this, peace. You know? Another hand was doing this. You understand? And another hand was, there was in 1969 to help people. So again, we just got to, like you, ask the question and be willing to learn. And then you learn and you grow and you stay alive. Because I'm not here on my own. You know, I could not come out of America without support of brothers and sisters like you all. And even to this very day, I have sense enough to realize and respect people when they come out, okay? And to listen to them. And I want to hear your story also. But yes, I was able to endure malaria and to overcome it. I got the formula. And it's real simple. The bitter leaf, the lemongrass, the dandelion, the pawpaw leaf, the nunu, and of course the aloe vera, and you blend them up. Blend them up and you drink it. Okay, it's bitter, but it goes into your system and it knocks out any parasite before it gets in. And I grow them here so that I don't have to buy them, and I teach people to grow them. I have a book called The Healing and Rejuvenating Herbs of Africa. It's a great book. You know, so I learned to just take care of the body. You know, I learned to eat the vegan food, but then I went into, when I came to Ghana, the war broke out in Liberia, so I came here as I call it a double refugee. Okay, I mean, when the Liberian refugees was coming out, I was behind the enemy line. I lived in anarchy for 6 months. There was no banks open, the bank was destroyed, the lights went off, the TV station went off, the post office closed down, communication stopped, the airport stopped.
You had money in the bank at the time?
Yeah. You know, so everything closed. So you just had to go with what you had. I lived in anarchy. Soldiers was walking around with guns, and rebels was trying to come and get them. So I'm there at the mercy of the Creator and destiny.
So how long were you in Liberia?
I was there 4.5 years.
4.5 years, okay, great.
And I came here after the war. Okay, after the war I came here, and that's a story. I would write, eventually I write a book, but the Creator made a way for me. I was evacuated with the Sierra Leone embassy that was close to my house in Liberia. So one day we was walking, there was a break in the fighting, because Charles Taylor was coming from the north and Doe was in Monrovia, and I was right close to Monrovia. So when the fighting you know, you got a little low, we was able to go and buy whatever food we could, whatever money we had saved. And I was able to see this bus saying that we're going to leave to Sierra Leone through diplomatic channels, because the rebels had allowed to leave, let some people go. And it was on the BBC, so I was able to be evacuated 7 months after the war. So I was in the enemy line 7 months.
Wow.
And I lived through that, and I'm a living testimony that the Creator takes care of those that have a good plan. Because I really didn't come to Africa to die. You know, I came to Africa to help build a civilization of righteous people, especially people that came up out of that hellish place called America. We deserve to live. So that was my experience, and it was a mix of mostly good. You know, it was mostly good. I mean, we had some trying time. I had a videotaping business. You know, when I left America, I was able to get some equipment, you understand, to start my own business. And I got some contracts, and I had a decent income. And I got a chance to meet some wonderful Liberians, including the guy that just ran for president. Winston Tubman.
Yeah.
Lawyer. I know him just like me and you talking.
The last name Tubman?
Winston Tubman. He's the nephew of the late President Tubman.
Yes.
Then I also met the Tubman's son, Shed Tubman. I got a chance to meet him.
So all of these are related to Harriet Tubman.
That's what I've been told.
It could be. I mean, you know, basically they was the ruling family, and they was a beloved Liberian family. And even the indigenous people loved the Tubman, because the Tubman gave some of the indigenous people some monies and stuff, and gave them some, you know, he didn't discriminate against the indigenous people. You know, because one of the things that they said was that the Agroecology, you know, cheated the local people.
Right.
But when the Tubman came in, the Tubman went to the villages, got with the chief, and gave them some monies and treated them fair. So at the end of the day, when Doe came in, he didn't kill any Tubmans like that. You know, he killed Tarver, but the Tubman was fair. And the Tubmans lived under his regime.
Yeah.
You know, and I was there when Doe took over. I came there shortly after he took over, and I saw you know, some of the tribalistic retaliation.
Right.
And I saw that, you know, the indigenous people was happy to have their land back, you know, because it was the first time in over 140 years that an indigenous person had ruled Liberia. So Doe was an indigenous man.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to see that. And then again, the Civil War started because the American Liberian had connection with Charles Taylor. He was in jail. The CIA let him out to come in and get Doe, because Doe had got a little cocky with America. Doe started to say, well, you know, the hell with America, you know. And when you say hell with America, you know, America's gonna come after you. So that's what happened. Because I remember Doe put a flag up. He put the Liberian flag up with a sign: America cannot buy this. Yes, he put a big sign up, a couple of big signs. America cannot buy this. So when he put that up, and of course they released Charles Taylor from jail. Charles Taylor, you know, is now telling the people in prison that, you know, it was the CIA that helped him go in and overthrow everything. So I've learned a lot.
Did you learn to speak Pele, or did you learn to speak Bassa?
No, I got a chance to kiss a couple of Pele women, though. You know, they got some nice kisses.
We always hear stories about the child soldiers. And that other one, General Butt Naked.
Yeah, that did happen. A lot of that happened. Of course, I was blessed. I didn't get a chance to be a part of. I was there 7 months into it, and I was evacuated. You know. But some people stayed there 2, 3, 4 years, and they saw a lot of that. You know, and it got real ugly. Again, I'm thankful that the Creator didn't let me see a lot of that. I was thankful that I saw enough to be able to tell you about it. That it's something that you don't want to do. And that's why election comes in Ghana here. They have to be real careful. They have to be very careful. Ghana is a great place. And I don't think it'll happen here because Ghanaians are a little bit more culture. You know, they have high culture here, and I respect. Not necessarily quite open. You know, Ghanaians, Aquaba don't always mean Aquaba, but Ghanaians will allow you to, you know, they will tolerate you. You don't mess with them. You know, they don't mess with you.
Stay out of their politics.
Stay out of their politics. The Lebanese were at the heart of it, because initially the Lebanese was getting into their politics, and they deported them. They deported them, and a couple of them died in exile in Nigeria. So the word got out, don't get involved in it. But they still involved indirectly. But behind the scenes, the Lebanese is paying a lot of the people. And they also have financed some of the politicians here. They gave some politicians some money.
The Lebanese have a secret under government here, they're in charge of a lot of things.
There you go.
Think they are.
They're
the boss.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say totally, but they have a lot of influence. Right. They have and we can have a lot of influence also if we go and think business. Many times we come here, we don't really think business. You know, I was told many years ago when I first came to Africa to think business. So that's what I did. I came and I registered my bank account and I got my papers together in terms of an investor status. And investor status is you got to have a $10,000 minimum requirement. Money's wired into a bank, and the Bank of Ghana will certify you. And they send it to the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, and they'll stamp it and send it to immigration. You get your visa, you get your residency as an investor. Okay, that's what the Lebanese do. They're here as an investor. So once you get the investment status, then you can start doing business. So basically, I was able to have money sent through 2 different bank accounts, you know, and I was able to get the investment status. We got a 50-acre farm in the central region that we're developing, and I believe in working hard, just like the Lebanese, to do business so that we don't be here seen begging, hungry, not having money, you know, not being able to make it. You know, so we have to learn business. And you know, we got to learn economics. We got to think economics. We can be spiritual too, you know, like you said, you know, right and thin. You know, that's true what you said, but you got to be balanced. We got to learn economics. You know, and in America, we didn't really have the economics teaching because we came out of a more of a working for the white people type situation. But we really need to learn business so that, especially the men, so that we can take care of our families and be respected. Okay. But yeah, we have to look in terms of making millions of dollars, not necessarily because we're materialistic, but we're realistic, okay? We have to, as our sisters say, finance some things, you know, and we have to be seen doing the right thing because our people are going to talk about us if we do the wrong thing, you know? We're going to talk about, they're going to talk about. And I was sharing with my sister, some African Americans came here, they surveyed some things, they asked a lot of questions behind people's back, and they sent some emails out, they said, based on our research, 3 people that I suggest that you deal with when you go to Ghana. They named 3 people that they say you can trust. And I'm one of those people that they say that you can trust. They said you can trust Diaspora. I'm saying this based on the fact that I try to live as clean as I can. And I'm not tooting my horns because I didn't write that. Okay? I didn't write that, but you got to try to make sure you cut out your critics. Because any little thing, they'll blow it up. Okay? They'll blow it up. So we do have to live clean. But I always thought about, you know, what my father taught me, who was a businessman, that you gotta do just like the white man. You gotta make it, but you ain't gotta steal and rob like you do. But you gotta stay on and do business.
And did they steal and did they rob? And are they stealing and are they robbing?
Yeah, but
they never stop.
But like Ali said, war. See again, war. There's no ethics in war. That's why you gotta have. That's why you gotta be a part of an organization that don't mind declaring war. So when you make as a nation, you know, then you declare war, then all that stuff about turning another chick goes out the door. You know, it's all about, you can rob banks, you can do whatever you do. It's justifiable self-defense, okay? You don't have to be you don't have to worry about what people say when you're working under a government.
May I take you back though? So when you were evacuated from Liberia,
right.
Did you come directly to Ghana?
I came to Ghana because we have a government. Okay, when our brothers and sisters declare government, okay, in the moment of Israel, see, I'm part of a government, okay, a government, okay, just like the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam has what? A head, you understand? And they have a nation, you understand? So what we have to do is declare a nation. So what we're doing, we're trying to educate our people to the point of becoming part of a nation, but it's hard to put people in nation, you know. I mean, you talk